Hey, what's up? This is Ben Nicky, and you are watching the Department of Dance. I don't really like the whole bad boy of trance thing. Like, I don't mind people calling me it, but like, to be honest with you, I do what every other normal guy does in my job and career. It's just I'm a bit more honest about it. Most of the guys you see with the clean image are probably just as bad as me, but I'm just like real, and I just say what I think, and I like to relate to people that do the same thing in the crowd. So like, if there's a guy who likes to, you know, drink and rage and have fun, I like to show people that I'm the same as well. I came from that background, so I don't think it's the fact that I'm a bad boy of trance. I think I'm just a bit more rock and roll, and I just don't really care. I just do my own thing, you know. I used to play the drums when I was younger. That was my thing, because I'm a big rock and roll fan, like obviously with the Rolling Stones thing on, and you know, I like Nirvana, you know, I used to like old Limp Bizkit, you know, Korn. I've come from a very, like, my dad was in a rock band, so I come from a very rock and roll background. I did have piano lessons for about 6 months, but I got really bored because my teacher was a bit annoying. But yeah, I can play the drums, and I would love to play it. I'm basically a failed rock star. Like, that's all I want to be, is a drummer in a rock band. About 6 years ago, I was kind of in my point in my career where I was kind of stuck, and I was getting a bit frustrated, so I made like a big mashup with like 20 or 30 songs within it in my mum's basement, and I just called it, rather than call it a Ben Nicky mashup, I called it a Ben Nicky headfuck, and I just sent it off to Armin van Buren, and then he just played it, and then the word just stuck across like the scene. Everyone was like, oh, headfuck, yeah, can you headfuck me, all this kind of stuff. So I just thought it was a good brand name, and it just kind of, it was by mistake, and I don't think, if it wasn't for that word, I probably wouldn't be still here now. So, about 4 or 5 months ago, a girl broke into my hotel room and got in bed with me when I was asleep. Yeah, and that was really an awkward moment. I had to like get security to come and get her, and yeah, it was really, really weird. The best moment in my career is probably kind of outselling, like, obviously I had like people that I looked up to for years, and now kind of selling the same amount of tickets, or if not more tickets than them around the world, for me is like a really, like a kind of grateful achievement that I've done. I'm doing, in Belfast, I'm doing the SSE Arena, which holds up to 8,000 people by myself in a couple of months. We've already sold like 4,500 tickets, so like for me, like just to be able to do an arena concert show by myself in the same stadium that Adele and U2 play is like a massive achievement for me. Like, I'm really proud of that. Well, to be honest with you, it's really weird, because I'm a big fan of Ricky Gervais, and he's massively behind like animal cruelty, and not behind it, but behind stopping it. So for me, like, you know, that's something that I've always kind of, you know, I've got dogs myself, and I just, whenever I see these pictures on Facebook and stuff of like cruelty or animals in need, I'm always kind of like behind that. So for me, when obviously my agent came to me and said there was an opportunity to play in a city that I hadn't played before, and also to support, you know, animals that are in need, that for me it was a no-brainer really, and it's a great cause. Puppies, I've got I kind of like got scratched by a cat when I was younger, so puppies are like, I have dogs at home, so I've got a bit of favoritism towards them. Well, obviously I played drums when I was probably quite young, man, like 14, 15, and then there was a movie in England called Kevin and Perry, which is like about these two guys that go clubbing in Ibiza, and there was all this like uplifting music in it, and obviously it's trance, and that was just like made me go and buy decks, and then I got a vinyl, started mixing vinyl, and then just from there I just kind of got a love for it. And then ironically, the club in the movie where the DJ at the end of the movie like plays this big set is Amnesia in Ibiza, and I'm playing on Thursday. So for me, like, it's amazing to have a dream like when I was like 16 and then play these clubs, you know, in my own career. So yeah, it's a nice progression. To prepare myself to get on stage, really, I'm just like, I don't get nervous at all. Like, a lot of DJs I know get nervous. I don't literally get nervous, because I know that I can perform, so I'm a very confident person. I normally have like 1 or 2 drinks, like depending on how jet lagged I am, and I just kind of go and rock it, and I play kind of differently wherever I am in the world. So like, a lot of people that would see my videos online would expect me to think, oh, Ben just goes and plays like psytrance drops, or, you know, like big anthems. But when I play, say like in LA, I do 4-hour sets, so I go from like, got like 1, 2, 5 like techno and like above and beyond progressive stuff, all the way up to hard style. So it's quite easy to judge a book by its cover, but I prepare for different cities in different ways. So like in Australia, I play really hard. Like America, I play a lot more like kind of psy and above and beyond kind of stuff, because obviously the vocals work really well here. And then in the UK, I play a lot more of like old British classics. So, and then in Asia, I play really slow. So everywhere I go, I play differently to cater to the market. I like to please fans and people in the crowd. I'm not a selfish DJ, so I like to please the people that are there. So yeah, I prepare in different ways for different shows, yeah. If you want to be an aspiring artist, I would say just be yourself. Like, don't try and copy anyone. the biggest problem now in like any scene is like people try and replicate someone else. What they don't understand is it makes that artist bigger, not you. Like you're just helping sound like them. So really just be yourself and do your own thing, and don't ever give up, and don't listen to anyone. What do I know about Houston, Texas? Or, to be honest with you, like, obviously travel so much, I don't study the history of places as much as I should. I play Dallas a lot, but Houston, I get so many requests on Twitter, like, come to Houston, come to Houston. And like, when it was announced, I remember a lot of people like, finally. But I haven't really like researched much about Texas in general. Like, I've been here so many times, but people don't realize is I fly in, like, I got here 9 p.m. last night, I've DJ'd, slept, and now I leave again, so I don't get to spend enough time in these places. So I honestly couldn't tell you much about the history of this city. I'd love to come here again to spend more time, but it's probably the question you're going to catch me out on, because I really, I mean, obviously I know that the steaks and ribs are good. That's a good start, right?